Amazing.
And welcome to episode 206 of the most must-see, award-winning show to ever hit the Bedford TV airwaves, or any airwaves for that matter, north, south, east, west, backwards, frontwards, diagonally, sideways, any which way you look at it, all around the world, the Wrestling Connection. I am your host, your connection to the wrestling world, the pontiff, the pro wrestling populace, the perfect Ken, Mr. Ken Hill, delivering all the news to you in professional wrestling today. Sad to say, neither of my co-hosts, Christoph or Dan, can be in today, but I promise to bring you all of the excitement and coverage of this Sunday's Raw Elimination Chamber 2018. That's right, it's the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, view. Alongside me in the studio today is, of course, the infamous Mr. Greg Dolan, and, of course, your one-stop magic shop of the Wrestling Connection, Mr. 8-Ball himself, Mr. Nick Giglio. Of course, Miss Julie Manugian, our current and reigning Big Four pay-per-view champion, off in Philly today. Wish her nothing but the best. Hopefully she chimed in with her picks, and who knows, she may have even decided to cash in her Big Four championship before WrestleMania. Who knows? We'll find out today. All right, but today, like I said, today is Raw's last pay-per-view before WrestleMania 34, which will be emanating from lovely New Orleans. Elimination Chamber. This taking place this Sunday, of course, in Las Vegas, Nevada. So a lot of WWE superstars taking a big gamble competing in the Elimination Chamber just a scant few weeks before WrestleMania. Now, of course, we have the first ever super herstory, not historic, herstory, Women's Elimination Chamber match. And you know what? Let's just kick off with that, because it's a surprisingly scant card. It's a small card tonight, so not a lot of matches to go through. So we'll have a little more time to go into each one of these matches. We'll start with this one. So you have Alexa Bliss, Raw Women's Champion, on the far left right there. Going from left to right, you have the Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Sonya Deville, and the Boss Sasha Banks, all competing for the Raw Women's Championship and hopefully be the one to walk into New Orleans, into WrestleMania 34, holding said championship. Now, of course, Alexa took great umbrage with this, claiming that she shouldn't have to be defending the Women's Championship, while Lesnar just gets to sit and find out who his number one contender will be coming out of the Men's Chamber match. But it's happening all the same. Now, there are a couple of interesting storylines coming out of this. Obviously, you have Absolution members, Sonya Deville and the lovely Mandy Rose competing for the Women's Championship. You have Alexa trying to rekindle her ties with Mickie James in the hope of having an ally in the match. And then, of course, you have the friendly rivalry, or perhaps not so friendly rivalry, going on between Bayley and Sasha Banks, with Bayley having actually picked up a big-time win over Sasha Banks in recent weeks. So there's a lot of interconnecting storylines here, and it's all going to come to a head. And the thing about this match is there are a few interesting routes that this match can go in. Most people think that, oh, hey, okay, they're not gonna mess with the main event. They're gonna have Alexa retain. But I mean, in the same vein, I mean, you could very well have either Bayley or Sasha come out with the women's title and have the other turn heel out of bitterness or jealousy. I mean, so there are a couple of interesting ways the storyline can go.
We have a new guest we'd like to introduce you. This is whoa, sorry about that, Chief.
Who do we have in studio
This
today?
is George.
George.
Say hi, George.
Hello?
Wave hi.
Hello, George. How are you doing?
This is George. He can't really hear you that well, so hold on. There, how about now?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. This is George. He is a mentor, and he just wants to say hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi, George. How you doing? So, are you a big WWE fan?
Not particularly.
Oh, okay.
He is a mentor here getting community service hours. He is a Ken fan. He likes Ken. So, he's just saying hi. He's got some other work to do. So, he's waving hello. Let's get back to the match.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping in, George. I appreciate that. All right. So, anyway, where was I? All right. Women's Elimination Chamber match. So there are, like I said, a couple of interesting ways this match can go, but with first-time matches like this, I like to err on the side of caution. Basically, I like to go with the simpler route right here, and that's Alexa retaining the championship by the skin of her teeth and going in and furthering her reputation as, you know, as women's champion going into WrestleMania. But of course, with any big match, obviously when we have at least five or more people, we always go with first and second picks. So obviously, as you know, my first pick is Alexa. My second pick, it's gonna be, this is an interesting. The second pick is actually a little more difficult here because I could go with either women on this. I'm actually gonna go with Bayley. I'm gonna go with Bayley for my second pick. I think, like I said, the storyline between her and Sasha is finally starting to brew. I feel like WWE finally got around to, you know, start building something going on between them. So I think an interesting way to keep that going along could be to have either Sasha or Bayley come out with the women's title. Still a bit of a long shot compared to Alexa winning, but I'm going to pick Bayley for my second pick. That is.
Bold.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let me see the.
Thanks for that vote of confidence, Nick.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I'm Julie's emailing her picks. Hold on.
Okay.
So, and Greg is making his out back. So.
All right. Where's that magic 8-ball when you need it?
I don't know where the 8-ball is. The kids were playing with it, and I don't know where it went off to. So. I am gonna go with Alexa Bliss. Smart pick.
Yeah, I think you really can't go wrong with it.
Exactly.
Like I said, when all else fails, defer to the champion.
And as for my second place, I'm gonna go with Sasha. Is Sasha the one's all the way on the right? Correct?
All the way on the right. And I can't fault you for this because like her and Bayley are really the only other storyline really standing out here besides Alexa. So they're really only the other two I could feasibly see come out with the championship here.
All right. So let me just check for Julie. Aha. All right. So Julie is going to go with Sasha as number one.
And Sasha number one.
No, Sasha number one.
Interesting.
Yes.
And did she pick a number two?
She did. And she picked. Can't really. Oh, there it is. She picked Bayley for two.
So interesting. So she's pretty sure that Alexa's not going to come out of this women's champion.
Yeah, I really don't think so. She really doesn't think so. And Greg is going to go with Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
And he is also going to pick Sasha's too. I think he's going with me.
Yeah. No. He agreed with you. So we, like I said, just like the match itself, we all kind of went in slightly different, couple different directions here. So again, you never know which way WWE is going to go with this. So, talking about...
I should probably write these down. Hold on.
Right. Because Julie's usually the one writing up the spreadsheet for this. All right. So, aside from that, the other side of this is, and this relates to the next match that I'm going to talk about. We don't even know for certain, who the Royal Rumble winner, Asuka, is even going to challenge. Because when they had Ronda come out and, declare that she's signing up, more or less, pointing to the WrestleMania sign that she's signing on with WWE, Asuka never actually declared who she was going to face at WrestleMania. We don't know if she was going to be facing Alexa for the Raw Women's title or she was going to be facing Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship. It was never set in stone. She never made any sort of official declaration which champion she was going to face. And that's what makes this next match very interesting. Not so much in the outcome, because I think we more or less know what the outcome's going to be with Asuka versus Nia Jax. What throws me off about it is, like I said, that notion that Asuka hasn't declared who she's going to face. So for all we know, I mean, Asuka could and most likely will win the match. And then,
I'm sorry. Which one are we on now?
we're going to Asuka versus Nia Jax.
There we go.
There we go. I mean, Asuka could win this match, and she most likely will, because they're not going to end her undefeated streak at a B-level pay-per-view. And the next night could just say, okay, she declared that she's facing Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title. We literally don't know. We don't know what the plan is. And I think that's kind of like the one little factoid that WWE's kind of keeping in the dark here about who Asuka's going to challenge. Try to keep everyone, all us analysts, on our heels as to what's really going on. I mean, and the same token, if Asuka decides to go to SmackDown and challenge Charlotte, that leaves the Raw Women's title open, and Nia could easily. I mean, I'm going with Alexa to retain. Nia could easily step up and be the next challenger, simply because of the relationship that she and Alexa have had it in months past. So it could just easily be that Nia is tired of taking orders from Alexa, steps up and challenges her for the Raw Women's Championship. It could easily go that route. Now, as for the match itself, this match, I mean, it's cut and dry. I'm going with Asuka, and I'm putting my lock on it because, all right, this one, they're not going to stop Asuka's winning streak here. Yes, they've built up Nia as something of a threat to Asuka, as a threat to her WrestleMania main event. But the same token, okay, this is a big deal. You brought Asuka up. You had her be the sole survivor at Survivor Series. You had her.
You locked that, right?
I locked it. Yeah. You had her win the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. Okay, if they're gonna go like the full on big time push with Asuka here, you can't dilute the main event by having Nia involved in the title picture along with Asuka. It's either gotta be Asuka or Nia. You can't have both. I don't think you can really have both in there. So, like I said, Asuka lock. I think it's pretty cut and dry.
Alrighty, let's go to the next So, Julie also went with Asuka.
And did she also put her lock on it?
No, she did not.
Interesting.
I think she's saving it for something else.
Well, I don't want.
No, I know.
I probably wouldn't put it on this one.
I went with Asuka, and that is my lock of the night.
Well, you only have like 5 matches, so
yeah, I know.
So
I'm
there's
picking this.
There's not a lot of probability involved.
So,
which match you're gonna go with.
What do you think Greg went with?
I know Greg.
Is it a social, as I like to say in trivia?
I'm gonna say Asuka.
Ooh, wrong. He went with Nia.
You went with Nia?
Yes, he did.
You're going against the biggest undefeated streak in wrestling history going on right now.
You really think that?
You really think they're gonna ruin it on a B level pay-per-view?
I'm bold.
He's bold,
Okay,
heroic.
You're bold, but yeah, okay,
Bold,
okay, yeah, you're not
dramatic.
Like you're bold.
Heroic.
Like jumping off Niagara Falls without
Hey,
bucket,
Greg,
you
you
know what
never gave a lock of the night. You want to lock this one up or no?
I mean? Lock it up.
You're locking. Well, okay, have fun with that. Wow, yeah, bold. Yeah, bold. Bold.
All right, next one.
Yeah, next one, please. Okay. Next one is, well, not so much.
Not that one. Let's go to the. Sorry, I meant to click this.
Well, actually, no. You know what? I mean, we're still kind of on talking about the women right here. Obviously, Ronda's a big time deal. So let's go to Ronda. Let's. I mean, it's not so much a match But they are building up her contract signing as something big, as something substantial. So clearly something, whenever you have a contract signing in WWE, something always happens. Like, I've never not seen a contract signing devolve into chaos. So clearly something's going to go down here if they're putting this much build up into it. Now, the big rumor is that Ronda is supposedly going to feud with Triple H and Stephanie. Now, obviously, I think that would be the case because, no offense to Charlotte, to Asuka, to any of the full-time female competitors in WWE, but if you're going to have like a big profile signing, like Ronda signing her, you can't simply just put her in throw her into a championship match or with a female superstar, even if it's someone at the top of their game, like Charlotte, like Alexa, or Asuka. It's got to be something that's going to grab a lot of media attention. Something that's really gonna get like all the media outlets swirling here, and that would be to have unfortunately, that would be to have Ronda face Stephanie and her husband Triple H, two of the figureheads of WWE, in a mixed tag match at WrestleMania. Who her partner will be? It's been like there have been partners thrown all around here. I mean, you've had Ronda and The Rock, obviously, from their encounter with the H's back a few years ago at WrestleMania 31. Kurt Angle, possibly. I mean, you've had a few names thrown around here. So the way I think this is going to go down is I could definitely see Stephanie McMahon, considering it's such a big signing, overseeing the proceedings. Say, okay, she congratulates Ronda. She's happy that she's here. But maybe like brings up what happened at WrestleMania 31, saying, okay, don't think that you can get away with something like that again. Then things start breaking down. A brawl may potentially ensue between her and Ronda, and boom, there's your setup for their match at WrestleMania 34. So I think that's basically how it's going to go down, okay? I don't really see it going any other way. I don't see any other big, like, potential matchup, like, media-wise, that, like, they would... I mean, the fact that they're making such a big hoopla about Ronda's signing means something has to go down. End of story. I mean, Nick, I mean, what do you think about this? I mean, could you see it going any other way other than, her and Stephanie having some sort of encounter?
Nope, they have to. It makes sense if they fight.
I think that's the way it has to go down.
Has to. Remember, there's an entertainment factor, and they want that, so that's entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no offense to like any of the other women in WWE. Obviously, a match between her and Ronda and Charlotte, Ronda and Asuka, Ronda and Alexa, they all have great potential. They could all be great matches. I'm not saying that. Just saying, like you said, in terms of entertainment, in terms of multimedia potential. I mean, in terms of like making big time news, making big waves in media. You gotta go the people at the top, and that's Triple H and Steph.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the next match. All
right, moving on to the next match. We got Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. I'm just gonna come out and say it. My excitement level for this feud has gone way down.
Yeah, I feel it.
I mean, it's basically all just been promos about the two of them just laughing and giggling nonstop. Their one match that they already gave away the feud, in a little 5-minute do-nothing excursion at Raw's 25th anniversary, which Bray won. So they really haven't, I would say, plumbed the depths that Matt Hardy's broken character has to offer here. Now, here's the thing. The rumors of Jeff Hardy returning after his rotator cuff surgery, I mean, him returning to be a part of this feud would be something welcome, but at this point, it feels more like a shot in the arm, more like a shot of adrenaline, rather than like an exciting addition. It feels more like a necessity rather than something that they could just throw in there just for the hell of it. I mean, just for kicks. I mean, it feels like a necessity at this point. And even at this point, I'd say, okay, obviously they're going to have the Great War, or so, whatever they're calling it, is going to culminate at WrestleMania 34. My my theory about this is afterwards, after all the dust is settled, all right, why not just have Matt and Jeff align themselves with Bray Wyatt? I mean, when you think about another cult-like figure in WWE, one that's not often mentioned that comes to mind is Gangrel of the Brood. I mean, who had Matt and Jeff join up with him after Edge and Christian left the Brood. Matt and Jeff signed on with the Brood, became the new Brood, so back in the late 90s. So, frankly, I would like to see Matt and Jeff sign on with Bray and be like the new Wyatt family, and run roughshod. Because then you have the club with Balor, Gallows, and Anderson. You have potentially the Shield with Reigns, hopefully the returning Ambrose and Rollins, and you would have the new Wyatt family with Matt, Jeff, and Bray Wyatt. So like you could have a couple of like warring factions right here, which I think would be something really exciting to see throughout the mid-season of 2018. Now, as for the match itself right here, well, I mean, like I said, you already had Bray Wyatt win a match here. WWE doesn't really, as far as undercard feuds go, they don't really stray from the 50-50 booking here. So I'm just going to go with Matt. I'm just going to go with Matt to win this because, like, I mean, if Bray wins this, then there's virtually no point to continuing the feud into WrestleMania. Because at that point, not even Jeff returning would really be able to save it. I mean, it's basically on its perpetually giggling deathbed right now. So I'm hoping like we see Matt get a win, at least keep the feud going on life support till WrestleMania 34. So I'm going with Matt Hardy.
So you went with Hardy?
I'm going with Hardy.
All right. Julie went with Hardy.
Okay, there we go.
Greg went with Hardy.
Oh, okay. Could we have a clean?
And
sweep
I
here?
went with Wyatt.
Really? Why did you go with Wyatt?
Bigger beard.
Well, I had to shave mine, but can't never...
Oh, this is Julie's lock.
Oh, this is Julie's lock.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Oh no. All right. I totally understand that. Okay. Let's see. I believe that actually. Well, wow. Yeah, that just leaves us with the men. Oh, actually, no. That leaves us a tag title match. I'm sorry. We have the tag title match, then the men's Elimination Chamber match. Now, this one came about after, for the last few weeks, Titus Worldwide has picked up 3 straight victories over the Bar, that being Sheamus and Cesaro, in non-title matches. Now, obviously, that opens up the number 1 contendership for Titus Worldwide. They will be facing the Bar at Elimination Chamber for the tag team titles. Now, here's the thing. I'm all for new challengers stepping up right here, especially since, Rollins is refocusing himself into the main event. Jason Jordan's obviously injured. So that basically means Sheamus and Cesaro's seemingly perpetual feud with the Shield / Champions Club / Non-Champions Club is gone by the wayside for the time being. So obviously they need new challengers. Titus and Apollo stepped up to combat them. But I just feel like Titus Worldwide is just here to be filler. I don't see them coming away with the tag titles. It would be interesting, maybe for a week or two, but I just think ultimately the Bar need to be. I mean, I think WWE is going to want their best and brightest walking into WrestleMania as champion here, and right now that's the Bar. That's Sheamus and Cesaro because they're 4-time tag team champions. They've been on a big time roll in the last year. So I'm gonna go with the Bar here to retain. I don't see them losing.
I'm sorry, Ken. Who did you pick?
I picked Sheamus and Cesaro.
Sheamus, Cesaro.
The Bar. The Bar. The Bar. The Bar. The Bar.
I'm just gonna write Sheamus, Cesaro. All right, so Julie. What do you think she went with?
I think she went with Sheamus and Cesaro.
Nope, she didn't. She
went with Titus Worldwide. She give a reason at all, or just?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Okay. All right. So she went with Titus Worldwide. What did Greg go for?
Greg went with Sheamus and Cesaro.
All right, 2 for 1. Sheamus and Cesaro.
And I went with Sheamus and Cesaro. So
All right,
Julie's on her island.
All right, 3 for 1. And Julie's on an island all unto herself. Okay, so now that brings us to purportedly would be our main event. Now, of course, now it's the men's Elimination Chamber match. Now, you notice right here, going from left to right, for the first time in, well, at least the men's Elimination Chamber history, we will have 7 combatants instead of 6. Now, going from left to right, you see Braun Strowman, Elias, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Intercontinental Champion The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor, all competing to find out who will face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. Now, there's been a lot of these guys have been trying to pick up momentum going into this. They've been trying to figure out, okay, who truly deserves to face Lesnar at WrestleMania. Now, of course, you've had Braun Strowman, who's just been running roughshod over Raw, especially in the last couple of months, laying out Elias with a big bass, big double bass, which I just loved. And we found out that he's got some serious pipes as a country singer. You've had Elias, who actually won a triple threat match between himself, Cena, and Strowman to figure out who would be last entering into the chamber, which could be a very big advantage for himself, actually pinning Cena. Cena, seemingly for the first time in his career, is concerned about his spot, concerning that he doesn't have a spot per se at WrestleMania, but considering the cryptic comments he's been making about a certain phenom as of lately, I don't think Cena should be all too concerned about his position going into WrestleMania 34. Now, of course, you had Miz regaining his championship a few weeks ago against Roman Reigns, winning the rematch. So that's 2 big wins that Miz has over the big dog. Although he did end up losing a well-fought match against John Cena, and would end up is going to be entering the chamber first. Now, in this match, it's going to be 4 men in separate chambers and 3 men starting out in the ring. So Miz is going to have some tough going ahead. Now, then that brings us to Seth Rollins. Rollins has been he was adrift, so to speak. He didn't really know what he was doing with his partner Jason Jordan on the sidelines with a unfortunate neck injury. Rollins was given the option by GM Kurt Angle to find yet another tag team partner to combat Sheamus and Cesaro, but Rollins realized, okay, he doesn't want to simply be a part of Raw. He wants to be Raw. He wants to remind people that it's all about Monday Night Rollins. Monday Night Rollins. So Seth goes out of his way, and this past Monday, when we had a record-breaking gauntlet match, essentially one match taking up nearly 2 hours of WWE Raw television. An amazing match. But the big part of it, the big highlight of it, was Rollins not only starting out the match, not only toppling Roman Reigns, but fighting through and beating John Cena after Roman Reigns, going nearly an hour, competing for nearly an hour consecutively on Raw. An amazing effort by Seth Rollins. Can't be stated enough. An absolutely amazing effort, going a long way into reestablishing the fact that Rollins is and always will be a main event player. Then, of course, you have Finn Balor. Finn Balor, the first ever Universal Champion, who, again, when he won the championship, had to relinquish it a night after SummerSlam 2016 due to injury, and has been angling to get back into the championship picture ever since his return last year. Now, so there's a lot of interesting storylines going into this. Now, but that brings us to the man just right above my signature fedora here, one Roman Reigns. Now, Roman was the first out of the gauntlet match. Like I said, lost back-to-back matches to The Miz, and was the runner-up in the 2018 Royal Rumble. So safe to say, Reigns has not gone off to a very sterling year in 2018. But considering the tiny little, fact that Vince Almighty is essentially preordained Reigns to win the Elimination Chamber match and preordained Reigns to face Lesnar at WrestleMania 34. This one's not exactly a hard pick. That being said, my first pick is going to be obviously Roman Reigns. My second pick is going to be, now this one's a bit of a tricky one. I am going to say, I'm going to say Seth Rollins. Just because I think Braun Strowman's too obvious. I see Strowman destroying a lot of guys in the chamber. I could very well see him making it to the end, but I just don't see him winning it. I'm going to go with Reigns first, Rollins second.
All right, very nice.
Okay, and now we take it. Well,
I'm going with Reigns 1 and Strowman 2.
There you go. Oh, actually, before I forget anything, Dan did actually text his picks to me. If I'm recalling correctly, he also went with...
Hold on, let's do Dan's picks later.
Dan's picks later, okay. All right, so Julie emailed her picks in.
Yep.
Now, what did she say for this one?
She went with Rollins 1.
Ooh.
And Miz 2.
Really? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, everyone knows I'm a big Miz fan, but I'm a bit flabbergasted by this one.
And Greg's picks, I need to decipher what they mean. He went with Big Show and Little Show, so I have to figure out what he wants to do.
Greg, come on. There's no Big Show in here. You gotta pick who's in the. Oh. All right, what are the real picks?
All right, well, his real picks
Nice try.
are Strowman 1. No, I'm sorry, Strowman 2.
Strowman 2.
And
Roman Reigns.
you want to sing it, Ken?
Roman Reigns.
That's terrible without the music in the background.
Oh, like
It's
you
easier.
Could do,
It's easier with music in the
yeah,
background.
like you could do it any better.
Oh, probably.
Oh, okay.
Not.
Oh. The floor is yours.
All right, what are Dan's picks?
Yeah, I thought so. Dan's picks, same as you. Same as you. He went Roman Reigns 1, Braun Strowman 2.
Reigns, Strowman. All right, well, do his picks for everyone. What did he get for women's elimination?
Okay, Women's Elimination Chamber, he said Alexa 1 and Sasha 2.
Okay. Asuka, Nia.
Asuka.
Well, Hardy, Wyatt.
Hardy, I believe. Don't quote me on. I'll correct myself afterward. I have to. It was on my phone, so. But I don't want to pull my phone out during.
All right, and then men's tag.
Men's tag, the Bar.
All right, so it's just the Hardy Wyatt one we don't have.
Right. I just gotta look that one up. Oh, he said. What did he say?
Well, he needs a lock, so.
Oh, he needs a lock. He did not actually post a lock, so I will text him for that. I will text him that afterwards.
Okay.
I'll get in contact with him about that. Okay, so we got that. So we got everyone's matches down. We got locks, well, except for Dan's, but I'll get that afterwards. All right, so now it's Bonesaw's favorite time. It's time
favorites.
for the main event time breaker.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yep. Oh yeah. We still got to do a main event.
All right, Ken. Here, let's see. We need like a time breaker background. It's like clocks or something. Here, keep going. You start talking about time breaker. I'm gonna find and see if we can get like a clock picture.
So generally speaking, when you have a match like an Elimination Chamber or any sort of gimmick match, you really gotta like err on the side of like, it's gonna go a while. And considering you've got only 5 matches on the card, hopefully they have more in store for this Sunday. But you gotta imagine these matches are gonna go a while. I mean, possibly an hour. Don't know. I mean, it could be anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour. So I'll actually start with Dan's pick first. He picked 48 minutes, 41 seconds for the men's match. Because that's what he thinks.
So the men's elimination or men's tag?
Men's elimination match. They're not going to put the tag match on.
I'm sorry, who picked what?
Dan picked 48 minutes, 41 seconds.
Okay, what did you pick?
Oh, God, this is the tricky one. I mean, it could go an hour. Like I said, it could go, it's hard to tell with this one. I'm actually going to go lower than Dan. I'm going to go 42 minutes, 35 seconds.
42:35. All right, hold on. I almost have your background for this. Let's get rid of
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw. It's my favorite.
27 minutes.
27. That's an awfully short time for.
He's aggressive.
Okay, yeah, he's going. Yeah, it's the old $1 bet.
27 flat. All right, hold on here, Ken. Is this here? How about this?
Oh, that's perfect. I like it. Thank you.
You can't hear me. Now you can.
Okay, so he picked 27 minutes.
Yep.
I picked 42 minutes, 35. Dan picked 48 minutes, 41 seconds.
48, 41.
All right.
Julie went with 43:43.
Ooh, jeez. She and I usually have like pretty close match time. That's gonna be another close one. Dang. All right. 43 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had known. Mine is 49:02.
49:02. So I know no one really hit the 50-minute mark. So like it's gonna be like I think like a slightly long match. I just don't think it's gonna like go like super long.
No, not into the wee hours of the morning.
Not into the wee hours of the morning, laddie. No, not at all. I don't think so. Okay, so all the match times put into place right here. Hopefully, I mean the women's chamber match could go on last. They did it with the women's Royal Rumble, so they may very well do the same here. We'll see. But in any case, that is all for WWE Raw's Elimination Chamber 2018 pay-per preview. Now, this time, I do promise you, I know we had technical difficulties last time. I will be bringing...
Recognize.
Ooh. I will be bringing live pay-per-view coverage of Elimination Chamber 2018 on the official website for the Wrestling Connection, thewrestlingconnection.com. Go to the pay-per-preview section for all of your live, up-to-date Elimination Chamber pay-per-view coverage starting at 7 p.m. this coming Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. This Sunday, 7 p.m., thewrestlingconnection.com, pay-per-preview section. There you go. Now, in the meantime, next week we'll have episode 207, where we'll be reviewing Elimination Chamber 2018, and we may very well be. We're only about a week. I think about a week or two away from WWE, from SmackDown's last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, Fastlane. So we may very well be going over that next week. So a lot to go into going into next week. But in the meantime, I will see you all this Sunday, like I said, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock sharp, for all your live coverage of WWE Elimination Chamber 2018. But in the meantime, remember, as always, to be connected, get connected, stay connected. You have a good weekend, ladies and gentlemen. See you on Sunday.
Sing us home.
I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's some things that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the Wrestling Connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.